Hi, everyone. Welcome. It is Tuesday, y'all. What does that mean? It's a new episode of Takeover Tuesday. Now, I have to stop real quick before we get any further. I saw in the chat earlier before we got started, everybody was talking about cheesecake and coffee. I think we all need some cheesecake and coffee this morning to kick off today's episode of Takeover Tuesday. You got me all jealous over here. I'm like, cheesecake, coffee, everybody's all talking about it. Oh, I don't have any coffee this morning, but maybe tomorrow. Anyways, welcome to episode 7. Can you believe it's already been 7 episodes of Takeover Tuesday? I feel like it has just been flying by, and we are already, we're almost to 10. Do you think we should do something special for the 10th episode? Let me know. We have a very exciting show for you guys today. We have Donelle McAdams. She is an amazing instructor from So Steady, and she is a pro when it comes to ruler work. So we are so excited to have her on. Just a few quick announcements before we get started. We've got, SMP Nation knows we've got something going on all week. So make sure you guys tune in for Stitch Nation, SMP Live. SMP Live is going to be a super fun show. We have got Blaine, but he's not going to be in San Diego. He's going to be at B2B at the Brother Convention in Nashville. So he's going to come to you live from Nashville and give you the inside scoop of the Brother Convention. It's going to be so much fun. You might even see me on there a little bit. But we've got so many exciting things going on, and make sure you guys are on our Instagram and our Facebook so that way you guys get updates and you never miss anything going on with SMP, and you can just stay in the know with everything. It's awesome. Let me do some shout outs this morning. We've got a bunch of people on today. I'm so excited. We've got Wolf Guys. I know you were talking about the cheesecake this morning. You got me jealous. I wish I had some cheesecake right now. We've got Marcel Hamrick. We've got Diamond Boutique, Aaron Potts. Good morning, everyone. Linda Von Bank, Noreen Olson. I love seeing all the familiar faces on here. I feel like somebody said too in the chat that we've got like a club. Are we a club? I think we've got like a little club going on. We're SMP Nation. We've got Doris Anderson from Alamo, Texas. It's amazing. You guys are tuning in from all over. You know me. I know you're in New York. We've got everybody all over the world and the U.S. today watching. And we've got Vanika. I saw you. She's from San Diego. Diane Deacon from Chicago. I love that you guys are all here hanging out with me this morning. But let me just get right on into it. And we've got Donelle in the house, so let me get her on and we'll chat a little bit, and then you will learn from her in just a few. All right. Hi, Donelle. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me today.
Of course. Now, let's see. I just have one question for you before we get started. How did you get started in ruler work?
That's a great story. First of all, when they handed me the templates, when they were thinking about bringing them to the U.S., Stacy was So Steady, handed them to me, and I just kind of laughed because the first 2 words on the top were free motion, and I don't do free motion. So that is probably the best advertisement I can give for this, that if you don't do free motion, you're in the right place because you're going to be able to do template quilting.
Awesome. No, that's so awesome. Well, I'm going to go ahead and let you get started. We have some new products from So Steady that Donelle is going to be talking about today, and they're all in the link in the description of today's video. So if you guys want to shop, click the links down below and you guys can get shopping. All right, Donelle, I'll let you go ahead, and I will talk to you guys soon.
All right. Well, what you see here is from one of our new templates. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. It's a beautiful design just as it is, but I've got more of a surprise when you see the actual design, because I'm going to be cutting these out and doing the template quilting. Now, this is done with the new Coral Fern template, and I've got it laid right here. So let me show you that. And the design that's on the front of the packaging, it's a pretty design, but there's so much more that you can do with it. So this is the design on the packaging. So by that circle there, you get an idea that you can rotate that template. I did rotate it, but I didn't use the pin in the center. So I'll show you that in just a minute. So this is what the template looks like. You'll notice there's little needle spaces here for clearance when you're going away from what I would call the vine. and you're going to do those leaves there. So we have some extra markings, and if you've never done template quilting, now's the time to get started. Any time is a good time, and we have tons of information to get you started on that. But one of the things that you will find, I'm going to get a black piece of fabric here so that we can actually see everything. One of the things that you will find is that you're going to get the most from your templates when you use stitching line disc. And stitching line disc are just little circles that are the same size as your foot. But as you can see, the hole in the center is different. So there's 2 of them that have escaped this package because you get 8 in a package and you just use what fits the pencil. So when you use a stitching line disc, you're working on paper. So we would be using that disc to imitate our foot. And if we were on paper here, when we draw, for example, this leaf with a pencil or a marker or whatever, it's going to be the exact same size that'll stitch out. If we just did that without it, it would be the shape, but it would not be the size. So these are a great investment because as a person starting out with it, you're going to just start with doing your designs, but then all of a sudden you're going to want to become the designer. And when you do that, you're going to be working on paper, and you're going to absolutely love having the ability to draw your designs to size and figure out what you want to do. Now you'll notice I've got quite a bit of stable tape on this template. That's because it's a large template. I also have it on both sides because of the fact that obviously we're going to use it both ways. So now let me let this little cat out of the bag here and show you what this design is going to look like. And then I'm going to show you how I did it. So this is actually 25 inches by 25 inches. So this is a pretty good size design. And if you want this design, you can get the class on the university. And I'm going to tell you how you can get that free. But I call this stained glass window because this just really, when you get those cut out, it really looks like stained glass. And so whatever fabric you put underneath this top layer, I call it the peeker fabric because it's now peeking out, you're going to be able to cut those out. And I want to show you how that's done. While I've got this off of here, this is a new product also, you guys, and this is part of that package. It's a clear grid or a clear glider. So this is a glider on here. I know you can't really see it because it's clear, so it's doing its job. A lot of people wanted a clear glider so they could see down into their bobbin case and so that they could see underneath. Now me, I got a lot of stuff underneath here. I'm not sure I want to see all of that, but that glider comes as a solid piece. I know you, again, you probably can't see it. I'll pull it up a little bit. I've cut my own opening in there. If you only wanted to cut the hole that was big enough for your foot, that would be fine. I want to be able to use this with my feed teeth on regular sewing. So I've cut a larger opening there. So that's one of the things that's in the packet or promotional special, which I'll be talking about in a minute. So you can see here, I've made a lot of lines. Now, for those of you that have watched me before, you know that the marker I use is a Clover pen. And this has kind of a dolphin tip, and it fits down into the openings of our crosshair grid to allow us to get these lines marked. I used an 8-point, and I did 16 different lines. These will all press off. You saw the one that was finished, they all press off. So here's what we have. I'll come to the corner down here so that you can see that my top layer has a layer of Templifuse. Now that again is a product by Sew Steady. It's very flexible, but it is a fusible. Heat and Bond Light will work also, but this is a little bit more fluid and it doesn't make it stiff. And so that's on the top layer. And then this layer is my picker fabric. I have it on top of my batting. Now, let me give you a little hint. For those of you that have been watching, know that I've been telling everybody, batting does have a right and a wrong side. So the right side of the batting has what we call dimples, and the back side has little pimples. And the easiest way to remember that is dimples are cute, so we want to show them, and pimples aren't, so we put them so you can't see them. Now, why does this really matter? Well, some of you have been sewing and quilting as long as I have, and we never knew this. I didn't know it until about 1.5 years ago. So you can tell it's not extremely important, but when you're doing template quilting, it is a little bit more important, just because we want a smooth pass of our needle down into the fabric. So this right side, when I put a sharp object to it, such as a straight pin, my straight pin just goes right through it. When I go from the opposite side, it kind of dents down in. I guess I should go this way so you can see it. It kind of dents down in. Now it's going to go through there, but probably not as easy as from the top. So that's just a little hint, something to give you a little bit of information, because a lot of people just don't know that. Now, it's not going to be as easy on those real thick bats, the ones that are more like cloud. They're not real flat like this. That's not going to show that, but this will for these flatter bats like I like to use. You can kind of see when I pull that up, I think right there you can kind of see some of those little pimples. Now, I am a spray girl. I do use what I like is June Taylor's basting spray, because there's really not a lot of overspray. The nozzle never gets clogged up and nasty and gets it all over your fingers or whatever. So this was sprayed and then put down, and then this was too. I know you can't really tell it because of the fact that I've pulled it up so many times to show it. Obviously, this is not going to get sprayed. Another hint, don't use any kind of a spray based, or not basting, but such as Best Press or any kind of a starch or starch alternative, because when you do that later, this will not stick as well to this when you press it down. So when you're pressing this flat, the only thing you really want to use is steam, none of those others, because they put a barrier on here and this will not stick to it. Now, another hint, I'm using chalk, so I didn't have to prepare this top layer. But if I were going to be stitching this on a color that I needed to use, maybe a Frixion marker or something like that, these are iron off, but you do need to, on this top layer, put a barrier such as a starch alternative. Again, I like to use one from June Taylor. It's called Quilter's Starch Savvy, but you can use Best Press, you can use Easy Press, you can use the ones that come from, you know, like the department stores, whatever you want to use. Now that's enough on that. Let's get to the fun part. This piece right here is going to get cut out. And how am I going to do that to make it easy? Well, I'm going to get a seam ripper, and I want a seam ripper that's good and sharp. Not only a great point, but sharp right down here. Now, if you have one of those seam rippers, I'm going to show you one if I can pull it out here and find it. There it is. That's kind of on the cheaper end. I want you to notice the difference in the size of those points and how you can get in so much easier when you have a nice fine point like that. Seam rippers can be your best friend or your worst enemy. But when you have the right good, points and whatever, you're going to have it easier. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm just taking this, and now I finally got a layer, and I'm going to just kind of go underneath there just with the point. And when I do that, I want to feel this. I don't want to feel the batting. So I just take my seam ripper and kind of go back and forth. And if it's smooth, I know I can go ahead and slice. And that's why you want a good sharp seam ripper down here, because when I slice that, I want to make sure I get a good slice. And I'm, when I turned that, I was feeling this, because if I was on the batting, it would kind of catch. It's not going to be smooth. So now that I've got that, I'm going to use what are called snippies by some companies, or easy snip, whatever, but they are a tweezer type. And I know many different companies carry these. I saw yesterday as I was looking that even Gypsy Quilter has these now. So you can see that they're just a little bit on the curved edge down here, but the tweezer makes it so much easier to use. Now you want the so that they're pointed. There's about 5 or 6 kinds of these. Some of them are blunt end, like kindergarten scissors. So make sure you get the ones that are pointed. And I'm going to come out to the edge there, and I'm going to leave just a little more than a 1/16 of an inch. You can see it's very close there. I cut right to that corner, and then I'm going to turn it. Now I'm working on the bed of my sewing machine, and although it's big, I have to just kind of, turn it at an angle here, and I'm just cutting right up close. And you don't want to force your scissors. I know or your tweezers. I know some people don't believe this, but many times we are caught pushing our scissors to make a cut, or pushing our tweezers. And you don't want to do this. And you'll notice it's only when I get to the very corner that I even close them completely. So when I'm doing this front, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, that must have taken 3 or 4 hours to cut that out. It really doesn't, because of the fact that I do all of them one way, and then I turn this around and come back and do the other way. But I just want you to see how that just leaves a little edge right there. And because it has the fusible on the back, when you press that, that's going to fuse down. So you can do that. You have to do this whole thing, and then you can go press it, and make sure that you're ready for that pressing, because once you fuse this down, there's no more getting it up. So that's how that works. That's how easy it is to do. And this makes all the difference in the world, because I'm going to tell you, just like running away from free motion quilting, I ran away from what we call template quilting, simply because I didn't have the right tools to get the job done. I was trying to use a straight scissor, and although they were very good scissors, you can see it's a straight scissor, it was not the thing for this. It's much easier to have those tweezer type scissors. And most of them, when you get them, they come with a protector, so that it will protect those points. So when you store them, they're not going to, fall or anything like that to damage that point. So that's how easy it is to do. That's how that template can be used. I'm going to show you how I did it, because we've already stitched here. But let's say we're starting there in the center. And as I said, this has a hole in it to rotate, but I didn't do that. I actually put this point so that it lined up with my line, and my foot sat right there. Let's get over here where it would make sense. And so you can see I lined it up right here on the tip, and I stitched out to there. I left my needle in, and I came right back down here, raised my foot and passed it around my needle. And then I stitched this one. Now, like I said, there's a class for this. I'm going to then, when I get to this point, take it out from that space, flip it over, come down here. Remember, my foot's right there. And all I had to do was line that up and stitch right back to the center. And that's how I got all of these designs. This one, I stitched out 4 inches first, and then did that design, turned it over, and went back. I didn't add the extra leaf. So this was done with one start and one stop. So I stitched all the way around and out for the one style, and then I did the same thing for this, and then I stopped. Everything was done the same way. All right, let me go ahead and take this off, and I'm going to show you the other part of this package. Now, some of you may have seen this last week. We did a launch on this, and it was really, really good. There are 5 classes, and when you purchase by next Monday, I think it is, you can get all of this for a greatly reduced price, and you get all 5 of those classes. Now, the other set of templates, that was just one, but this is a set. There are 5 templates. I'm going to use one of them, and I want you to see what we've got here. And this set is called Artisan Curves. So we have this particular one, which is an oval. The one I'm going to use, they really don't give them names. This one is called the 3x3 Iris, and I think you can kind of see what that is. So I guess they do give them names. This is marquee. This is a square, as you can well see, and then obviously a circle. Now, if you've never used any of these types of templates, they are a lot of fun and a lot of opportunity for creativity. But on these, you're probably going to be wanting to get, if you don't have already, one of the larger crosshair squares, because you're going to be working out a pretty good distance. So let's go ahead. I've marked that. You can see how easy that was. I need the center here. And if I need my lines longer, which I'm probably going to need that, another tool that many of you may already have, So Steady has this tool, so I'm sure that SMP will be able to get it if they don't already have it. It happens to be my favorite as far as, because guess what? I designed this tool, and the main reason I designed it is because I had taken a ruler that was similar, and I had used Sharpie pens and put my own markings of what I wanted. And I figured if I'm doing that and I'm finding it useful, I might as well go ahead and make the markings on it permanently. So as you can see, it starts and works down just like a normal ruler, but then it starts in the middle with 0. So I can use this in a lot of ways. One of my favorites is to be able to center my borders and to work when I'm using it with the stitching line disc on paper to figure things out as far as distances. And the other thing is, you can see I have put staple tape on the back, and when I'm doing long straight lines, I have a nice ruler to guide because I have all of my 1/4 inch, just like my regular templates. I have an 1/8 inch marked over here and a 1/4 inch, and so it's just a very useful tool. Now, another hint that I'm going to give you, when we are using our templates, in the past, it's seriously, I can hardly hold it. It's a thumbtack, and it's just a thumbtack. We would stick that thumbtack through the top and then go to the back and stick it back up through so that the pen stuck at the top. Well, I got tired of doing that because I already had all my lines marked, and when I came back, my lines were all blurred. So I just use my RNK Perfection Tape. It's an embroidery perfection tape. It's actually designed for in the hoop embroidery. And I just stick that through that point. I say that, and then my thumbtack keeps moving on me. Well, I'll do it this way. I stick that on there, and then all I have to do, because this is strong enough, is put it right where I want it. And I don't have to make a hole in my fabric. So you can see this has a lot of numbering down here. And this is relational to the fact that when I put my pen in 7, from side to side, my design would be 7 inches. Well, I'm going to put it, let's see, I think I'm going to put it at 9.5. And what I'm going to do, I can either mark my template or I can mark my lines. I'm going to do it this way. I forgot I need to put my other lines in here, so I can just rotate this like that and put my dash lines in. And I put them in dash because that just shows me that they're different. These I won't need to extend, I don't believe. And this is just one way. One of our other educators and more has a class that's included with this bundle that will show you many other ways to do this. So, and use these templates. So let's put this right here. You can see I'm lined up with my center here. I think I was out farther. There we go. I think you guys are pretty much in the driver's seat there. So I'm going to start right here on this line. I'm going to pull that thread up from the bobbin. And I've got a variegated thread today. Variegated threads work really well when you're using designs that you don't have to stitch back on themselves. So this is one that I won't be stitching back on it. So I'm going to start here. And I'm going to stitch over to that line. And then I'm simply going to rotate, line this up, and stitch to that line. Now, as you can see, I'm just using part of this template. If I moved it out farther, I would be using more of it. But this is going to create a great space in the middle. And a lot of times when you have put a quilt together, you may have a lot of seams that you're really wanting to kind of avoid. And this would be a great one to do that because of the fact that it's going to move your design out. And so your seams in the center are going to, kind of not have to have any stitching through them. But let me give you one more hint on this. First, I want to show you this part coming back to where we started. So I want to come over here, and if this is not going to meet up, which you can tell it's not, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push my template as far as I can push it without altering this. I am going to stitch to the top, and that's when I'm going to check to see, can I now kind of pull that? And believe it or not, if I use my spacing gauge, I've got that right there. So a little bit of, I don't want to say fudging, but it'll allow you to get to that point. So as you can see, we have a really pretty design here. I'm going to go ahead and just pull my bobbin thread up. So I'm going to pull this up because I want to show you the tool that I use to tie my threads. So I'm going to put that needle back down, pull up, and I'm just going to cut that thread, the one that's still moving, not that one, this one. I'm going to cut it right down there. And then when I pull this away, I only have left my needle thread to cut. So I've got my 2 beginning threads, my 2 ending threads. I'm going to leave them like 8 inches long at least. And then I'm going to take them and just take my fingers, whip it around there to make an opening and pull those tails through. And I'm going to pinch that together. And I'm going to take the point of my self-threading needle and put it through the loop, pull it down and pull it out so that my needle kind of forms that loop right there 1/4 of an inch away. And now when I take this and put it in it's a side threading, I can just bury those threads very easily in my batting because that needle formed that knot a little ways away. You can see it there, but now it just pulls right into my fabric. And so I'm just going to kind of pull this so it squishes up and cut that. And so I have now buried that knot and the tail of that thread. And those needles are called, I was trying to find my package here real quick, but they're called the cinch side threading needles. So you can see the design we formed with that. And if I had more time, what I would do would go back and I would go at a different measurement and in the in-between space right here. So we would put another one of these out here, probably about like that, so that it was right in this inside here. So now what's the whole thing that we've got going on? Well, you can get this clear mat. We call it the Clear Advantage. You can get the templates, which there's 6 of them. It's the, let me put that over there so you can see it. You're going to get 6 hours of education in 5 different classes. You're going to get a set of echo guides. And as I mentioned, the Clear Advantage glider. That all has a value of $230, but the bundle price is $149. The set I was just showing you, the Artisan Curves, that by itself is $100. So you're getting all of this for a great price. And the classes, one of the classes is the one that I showed you, the stained glass window. And then I know one of the other classes is Ann Moore's class that's going to show you how to use all of these Artisan Curve templates. So I know that Sewing Machines Plus there has this available for you. If you purchase it through I guess it's 2 weeks now because today's the 2nd. So August 15th is the deadline to get that price. I can tell you, you're going to love it. And it's so exciting to be a part of this because being able to share our projects with you with instructions, you're going to have a handout that shows you how to do that. So I hope this is giving you a little bit of a spark for your enthusiasm for template quilting. If you haven't, seen some of the other things that we do, you should just go onto the Sew Steady Facebook page and see some of that stuff, because I think you're going to find that even if you have never worked with any type of a movement of moving it across the glider, you're going to find it moves very easily and you're going to love working with templates. So thanks for joining me today. Thanks, Kennedy and SMP, for having me. And I'm going to turn it back to Kennedy.
Of course. Thank you so much, Donelle. That was awesome. Yes, we have those new products on our website, so go ahead and check them out. I have them down in the link in the description box, so click on those links and it will get you over to her. All right, Donelle, thank you so much for coming on. It was absolutely awesome hearing you. All righty. How did you guys feel about that today? It was so amazing. I've been loving the reveals. I noticed that that's been pretty popular recently. I don't know if you guys have ever tried that, but I want to try it definitely with the reveal and the different fabrics. It just makes it look so stunning. I just know that fusible is important for all of that. But yeah, if you guys want to go check out those ruler templates, go on ahead. The links are down in our description box. You can check out those new products. And I think that's all I've got for you guys today. We got a quick little show today. I know yesterday we had a bit of a long one, but today we've got a little short one. But make sure you guys tune in for the rest of the week for all of our shows and everything else. And make sure you guys are liking our Facebook page and following us on Instagram, so that way you guys never miss any updates or things or new things going on with SMP. And what else? What else can I think of? Let's see. Got any questions? Debbie just asked, can I watch the video later? Yes, you can. So once this video is over and the live stream is done, you can go back to our YouTube channel and you can watch all of our other live streamed videos that we have done over the past years, I guess. So yeah, you can go watch them all. And make sure you guys are tuning in and hitting that bell button on our YouTube channel. Once you go to our channel and hit subscribe, make sure you guys are hitting the bell because that will notify you when we go live. So as soon as we get the stream up and ready and live, you can hit that bell and it'll send you a little notification every time we go live, which will be every day. If you don't want to do the notifications, every day at 10 a.m. PST, you can tune in to our YouTube channel and our Facebook page and watch new content, new things, new techniques, new tips, new tricks. And this week, Blaine live from Brothers Convention. So what a good week we've got so far. I'm so excited. But I will leave it at that. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your Tuesday, and we will see you guys soon. Oh my gosh, we have to do giveaways. What am I doing over here? Who am I? Oh my goodness, you guys, I am so sorry. Let's get into the giveaways. It's like my Monday all over again. Oh my goodness. Did you like that? That was a little jump scare. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get into some giveaways. Let's see. I was like, why is this show short today? Oh my goodness. Anyways, I'm so sorry, you guys. Look at me. I'm just all over the place. Let's go ahead and do some giveaways. So our first giveaway we have today is our classic sew mats. So we have a bunch of different colors and we've got a bunch of different sizes. So if you guys head to our website and pick out your size and color that you would like, and you can have it under your sew mat, you can have it under your sewing machine. Oh my goodness, you guys. Have it under your sewing machine. I use mine as a pin cushion when I'm stitching out products or stitching out projects, and working at the store, we always use them as pin cushions. So let's get into this and let's do a giveaway for the sew mat. Let's see. I'm so sorry, you guys. It's okay. We're all friends, right? We're all good. Barbara Welcott, congratulations. You have just won your very own sew mat. Somebody said you need coffee, Kennedy. Yes. Yes. Okay. So Barbara, go ahead and email SMP Live. Here, I'll put it up right on the screen right now. And go ahead and claim your prize and pick out what sew mat you want and the size. Okay. And today, I also want to give away a $25 gift card. So if you guys saw the new templates that we had on today for today's show, you guys can go take that gift card and you'll get $25 off of your order. So let's spin again and see who's going to win. Let's see. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Renee Bolton, congrats! You have just won a $25 gift card, so make sure you guys email smplive.tv and claim your prize, and we will just keep on going. I have one more giveaway, and it's a big one, so let's see. Today we are going to give away a Singer 3323S sewing machine. So if you guys have grandkids, anybody that you're sewing with recently, here's a new machine that you guys can get sewing on and make some new things with. All right. What have you guys been working on recently? I want to know. Comment down below. What's some new projects you guys have found that you've been trying out? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, not SewingMachinesPlus.com. We can't win. Let's draw one more time. Sorry, guys. One more spin. One more spin. Let's see. Who's it gonna be? Come on. Denise L. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but Denise L, congratulations. You have just won a brand new Singer 3323S sewing machine. So go ahead and go down to smplive.tv to claim your prize, and we will get that all squared away and sent out to you. Okay, guys. How could I forget the giveaways? Again, so sorry for that. Let me come back to the screen real quick. Anyway, I'm glad I was able to give some stuff away for you guys. And now that we've gotten that, I think that is it. Tell me anything I'm missing. I think that's going to be it. But let me see some of the things you guys have been making. Let's see. I saw backpacks, child backpacks for foster children. That is awesome. Embroidery digitizing, hand towels. That is amazing. So awesome. You guys are amazing. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take off now. I I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. I'm going to go ahead and get all the rest of these shows all ready for you guys tomorrow. And we will see you guys tomorrow. All right. See you guys later. Bye.